And thank you to our sponsor, Millesima. Millesima, bringing fine wine to you. Find out more information by visiting their website at www.millesima-usa.com.
What we do is in July, with our team, we go in each single block. We try to understand how it is, and we decide what would be the right number of clusters per vine for this single block, for this specific vintage, okay? And it can go here at Château Palmer from 6 clusters per vine to 4 clusters per vine, okay? Most of the time, well, and that's our goal, it's what we have naturally, so we don't have to intervene. Sometimes we do. If there is a very strong yield potential, we have to intervene, okay? But that's not what we do prefer. You know, it's always difficult for workers to work all year long, and then in July, boom, to cut fruit. No, that's not what they want to do. But sometimes we just have to do that. I remember when I arrived at Château Palmer, I took the map and I went to discover the vineyard, and all those blocks, wow, it's quite difficult because sometimes they're very small. But after a while, you know them, and not just because you have the map, but also because you know their names. And it's much easier to know a block when you know the name and why it is this name, because there is maybe 50 years ago there was a guy named François, and so this block will be named La Vigne François. There's all this part of history that is also very important to remember and to know your vineyard. The workers who are managing this vineyard all year long, I mean, they have a very strong relationship with those vines. It's very human, and if there is no passion in the daily work, you lose really something, and it's hard to improve the quality of your work if there's not this passion. So here, that's a good example of the tractor that did not do its job properly. You can see, if you look at this one, it was very well covered by the soil. There is almost nothing. It will be then removed, and even the little one that is here will be removed. Here, it was not properly covered. You have a piece here, but a little hole here. And that's why we have those weeds, and you don't want them. 4 times a year, we come here in the vineyard with our tractors, and we work our soil. We call that in French chaussage et déchaussage. Here, it's mid-June. We are just at the end of the flowering season. We can still see several flowers here, but it's really the end. And what happened for most of the vine is now what we call in French the nouaison. So you can see the small berry growing, okay? Flowering season, most of the time here is end of May, beginning of June. We are a little bit late this year, maybe compared to last year, 3 or 4 days, which is not a big deal. And it's always a very important moment. In Bordeaux, we have a big party named La Fête de la Fleur. It's the flowering season party. It means that for everybody, that's one of the key points of the vintage. If the flowering season is good, goes well, you'll have a nice crop. If it doesn't, you may have problem. So the 2 oldest bottles are here on the corner, and the 2 bottles of 1875. We also have a very rare bottle here to the 4th things, and you can see it's not red wine, it's white wine. It's a bottle of Palmer White from 1925. They used to produce some white wine at Palmer in the early 1900s, and we just have 2 bottles left. I never had a chance to taste it. Maybe someday. So for the first, for the starter, it's eggs prepared with a wine sauce. We will taste an Alter Ego 2003. Okay, and for the main course, I think we have, on a Palmer 85 alors?
85.
Okay.
Excellent.
Excellent. We have a Palmer 85, and you'll see that with it's a sheep meat, an agneau, and it should be perfect. We made this experiment before, and let's see if it works. Yeah, it's interesting to see how these two wines work with our meal. And so we have here this preparation with a pumpkin puree and a little mushroom named Gironde in French, and this lamb that is a smoked lamb. So it's quite an intense, meal. And my first idea was, with such a meal, we need the power of a 98, that is still a young wine. But I was wrong, because what is to me very in harmony with this meal is the incredible complexity, aromatic complexity of the 85. I think it's really nice. It's a really good combination, and I'm very surprised to see that the 85 is not overeaten by the meal. That's good.